start, and how many customers do you have?
So we rolled out in January 2021 this year to validate our market. And then in a couple of 2 months, we had over 100 users.
So in the 3 months with 100 users, how much income have you made?
So we've made $500 US. In Naira, that's 200,000 Naira.
Okay, so have you fully developed this app?
We are currently running using our web application, online application. So we run our entire service currently using our website, but we are transitioning to our mobile application by the end of this month.
So why are you in a hurry? Why are you impatient? You've worked on your web platform where you made about 100,000 Naira. You're working on your app, which is now quite, might have kinks here and there. I'm wondering why you're short-circuiting your process, because if the app was ready, you would have a better and much more robust presentation so that we can know where the pieces are. So, why are you impatient?
Okay, I think in this, once there was our web platform was performing exactly what our mobile application would do, but manually. On our mobile application, everything is completely automated. So if we can carry out the entire process manually, successfully, then we will be able to significantly do it seamlessly.
It looks like we're not communicating. Couldn't you have waited just a little bit to put the app together and then present?
A rocky start for Moses, as Dan Ngarem immediately picks on his impatience and forwardness in coming to the den with an unfinished product. Kiari Booker seizes the moment to get a better understanding of the business so far.
Are you concentrating on the domestic market, or is this global?
This is global.
Okay. You know, what if the person giving the package is a drug dealer?
So one of the things that we are establishing is that if you're flying and then you're taking a package to fly, we have at every airport our support staff, which is expected to screen packages before you take them as an individual traveler.
So you would have place a staff at every international airport in the world?
Yes, sir.
Interesting. What is the breakdown of your 100 users? Are they all Nigerians?
Yes, they are all Nigerians.
Why is it only Nigerians when your target is the whole world?
We actually intended to validate our market here in Nigeria first.
So you have to validate and establish a traction here.
Yes.
Before you go out.
Yes, sir.
Interesting.
So Moses, let me just try to understand this business. Who does the last mile? So if I'm flying from London to Lagos, and I say, okay, let me invest in my journey, pick up a package, you pay me whatever, 100,000 Naira for bringing the package. I get to Lagos Airport, what do? I give it to your agent at the airport, right?
Okay, it's on 2 points. The receiver can be waiting for you, standing, waiting for you to come down and give him his package. But if there's a disruption in that journey like that, you can request for support staff to come pick up the package for you.
Okay. Support staff at the outgoing airport.
Yes,
you also
sir.
need support staff at the incoming airport.
Same thing, sir.
So there are a lot of people involved in this business.
Because the thing is, since it's the same airport, now people move out from an airport and they come in from another airport.
No, I understand. I just want to see how automated the business was. Best businesses are businesses that don't involve people, right? From end to end. Yeah. So you've talked about Uber, Booking.com. There's nobody anywhere. You don't have the booking guys at the hotels waiting for you, or the Uber support staff at either end of the car.
Tell me about verification.
So the verification. Now we've incorporated a 3-way tracking for monitoring packages, and we're using BVN API verifications from Paystack integrated into the platform.
The
also,
BVN is whose? BVN?
Yes, the BVN API is from Paystack.
Why don't you go directly to the owners?
Yeah.
You either go to NIPS or NIMC, and NIMC has released the APIs because the payments gateways can be cutthroat. They'll charge you an arm and a leg. If you're not careful, you would be dropping money on the table, and you'll be working for others. You get the picture?
Yes, sir, I get the picture. I get the picture, sir.
Moses, honestly, I like you. You're an intelligent guy. I think you've got a great idea, by the way. You're young, you're fiery, you're full of energy. There's a business here somewhere later on, but it's nowhere near that. Right now, it's purely an idea. A good idea, but it's an idea. This thing needed to be thought through a little bit more. For that reason, unfortunately, I wish you the best of luck, obviously, but unfortunately, I'm out.
Like some of my colleagues, Paul had mentioned, you're a little bit too early because there are other variables that might impact on what you're talking about. For example, I wrote down here safety, insurance. Have you thought of insurance? Are you partnering with any insurance company in case something goes wrong within this circle? Have you thought about that?
We're working on it, sir.
You're working on it. So you see, most of the things are work in progress. Fortunately, I'm out.
A double stop on the road as Paul Nwanibe and Dan Ngerem alight, summing up the young entrepreneur's pitch as a premature visit to the den. Does Bolaji Balogun also feel the same way about Travella?
This is quite early stage, yeah? However, always in investing, yeah? We back two things, yeah? And they're both, people issues, okay? We back competence and we back character, yeah? Just tell me a bit about your family.
My background.
Yes.
So I come from middle-class family, if I can say that. My father is not completely educated. My mother, same thing. She's not so educated. So we are 5 currently in the family. So I am the first son, and I could have gone to work instead of going to the university, but I chose to go to the university and then worked my way so that I can be able to afford to pay myself and be able to pay for the school. So I volunteered for a couple of companies and then even got to work with a company in Poland. So basically I use all of those income to learn about entrepreneurship, product development, so that I can build a product that many other people can use and then can be of value.
Moses,
Sir?
I'm going to make you an offer. It's very early stage, but I think that there are fair values that we can bring in helping you take this to the next stage. Equally happy to do it on my own, but there's at least one lion here that I'd like to get involved as well. We'll give you 20 million naira that you want. 10 million naira in equity, yeah? 10 million naira as a convertible, right? Which will convert at your next round. We give you that money, but for 26%, and you get at least 2, of us, and there might even be a third lion who might want to come along.
Moses, I am in for the same 26%. And at all the terms specified by Bolaji.
Do you understand? I want you to understand, because I'm going to go in with them, but I want you to understand.
I'm standing by.
I'm also going to make you an offer. I'm going to make you an offer for 1/3 of the 26%, so I'm in. Is there anybody you can call?
Yes.
Do you want to make that call?
I appreciate it.
I think you
Yes.
should. You should go and do that.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
So that you make that call, so that you make an informed decision.
Yes.
With a higher equity share of 26%, he seeks counsel beyond the den.
Chris, we have an offer. The offer is 26% share equity for 10 million, plus that 10 million with a discount on first valuation. What do you say? Okay. That's nice deal. Thank you, bro.
The entrepreneur returns with a decision.
So, we've come to a conclusion that, okay, we'll go with 26% share equity, as earlier said, but the discount on the convertible note will be 10%.
So I'll explain to you why that doesn't work. Yeah? If we converted it all today, yeah, we'd probably end up with half your company. Yeah? By waiting till that next round, we're actually really being supportive of you. So I would say to you, that's the deal. And what you get in terms of these people standing by your side is worth way more, than this money or this check that we're writing.
If you're investing in me and my company, you've taken a long walk to believe in us. So I think I appreciate the offer, and I will take it. It's a pleasure to have you on board.
Well done.
Congratulations.
It's a hat trick of success for Ogunlati Moses, and it's evident that giving away an extra 11% equity is not enough to douse his excitement for the journey that lies ahead.
I'm more than excited. Excited.
Lion's Den is proudly sponsored by Ecobank and Chapel Hill Denim and support entrepreneurs Obinna Okoronkwo and Abisoye Okelawal, who believe they've found a way to make online deals more accessible to customers. They plan to cop a deal off the idea, but would the Lions subscribe to their plan?
Hello Lions, my name is Obinna Okoronkwo and I'm here with Abisoye Okelawal. I'm here offering 3.5% stake in my company for an investment of 18 million in our app called Coupin. Coupin is a real-time location-based application that allows users to get access to the best deals and promotions around them in real time. For businesses, it allows businesses push created content, discounted promotions to its target customers also in real time. There's value here because we offer this service to both the users and the merchants for free. All we do is charge a small commission fee, which could be as low as 0.5% to the merchants. Coupin is the first of its kind in Nigeria and some parts of the world. And as such, we have a patent and a trademark for operations in Nigeria. So the way the app works, it's based on your location. It will show you all of the discounts, promotions merchants have around you in real time. What we could also do as a user is you could go into the hot list section and it will show you all the featured rewards and discounts that we have close to you as well. We also have the banner section as well, where you can flip through. This is actually a section where you could do advertisements and people pay to actually be on that particular section, which is the hot list section. We believe that Coupin is robust enough to handle the Nigerian economy, but also can also thrive in the Lagos market. And we believe that every day with Coupin is a gift. Thank you.
Coupin, a multifunctional app created to bring deals closer to customers, is what Obinna and Abisoye are offering. They are seeking an 18 million naira investment in exchange for a 3.5% equity share. But Bolaji Balogun's first agenda is to download the entrepreneur's history.
What about yourself? What did you do before this?
So I have a background in electrical engineering. Finished off with a master's degree in engineering management. My first job was working with a telecom company in the UK. Actually, a technology company, that's what they call it, Telefonica, O2, the O2 network. And after that, while working for the O2 network, apparently that's where the idea for Coupin came about.
And what do you do for the business?
Oh, I'm a software engineer. I'm the lead software developer. So I built
lead developer.
Yeah, so
What's your background?
So I studied computer science in University of Lagos, and then after I worked with a company called Andela for about 4+ years, and I currently work with a different company in America, real estate.
Okay.
What's the ownership structure now?
So currently, 70% of the company, and that was the agreement I made to Bise and Evans was that they would get 15% profits from the first 2 years of cooperation.
Sorry? When you say profits, it doesn't mean ownership.
It doesn't.
So who's the owner of the other?
The other 30%.
I own the entire.
Also, do you have competitors in this space?
Before, it used to be Deal Day. Deal Day closed shop in 2017.
Right. Have you heard of Thank You Cash?
Thank You Cash, yes, it's more of a rewards.
Would you consider them as a competitor?
In some ways, because the way we is we're focusing on the hospitality and also the products division. So hospitality division.
So you're targeting restaurants,
spa, yes, all of that, and then also products, fast-moving goods.
Right now, there isn't anything doing real-time, actual, discount finding, right? It's just, everything is just based off of listings that they have on their sites, right? This actually provides real-time for something close to you that you can actually deliver or go and pick up on.
How do you monetize?
So the way we monetize is we charge a commission. Actually, right now, we're looking at a flat rate of 3%. Yeah.
Right now, gone live yet?
We're not gone live yet. We did a pilot launch as of last year.
Get out here. You haven't gone, and you are
$500 million.
Valuing it at $500 million.
$500 million.
In fact, 515 million naira.
Okay, so let me backtrack for a second.
Yeah.
We have actually gone live on it's live on the Android store. We were supposed to launch last year, but due to the pandemic, we actually decided to do a pilot launch to serve as a proof of concept. Now we launched for a 2 months period. During that 2 months period, without any marketing dollars or anything, any actually money spent on marketing, we got an app. Many merchants actually signed up on the app as pioneer merchants to be able to get feedback. So based on feedback from the merchants and the user, we apply updates, which will be launched in the next 2 months. Now, in terms of how do we monetize, currently, what we're looking at is we have a minimum fee of $350 until you go up to $12,500. Okay?
Minimum fee to who?
To the merchants. Okay. We're not charging the users for anything. Okay? Of $350. Okay? And once you reach the $12,500 mark, above that, we begin to charge you the 3%.
The entrepreneur's commendable breakdown of the business model suggests that Cooping app is loaded with several benefits. But Paul Owanibe isn't quite sure these benefits extend to the merchants.
So the first thing I'm struggling with is these merchants. I have 79 merchants within Landmark, yes? And we're trying to create our own system. We call it Landmark Citizen. And we spent the last 6 months trying to do it, and we failed and succeeded and failed and succeeded, but the truth, it hasn't been launched, right? And it's a discount system for all the merchants, anybody in the Landmark family, right? Have you been to Hard Rock before?
Yes.
Okay. So MasterCard comes to me and says, I'll pay 1 naira of every 10 naira someone spends in Hard Rock if they use my card. You're saying I should pay you for what MasterCard is paying me.
Okay.
Yeah? Why? Why would I give you the discount instead of MasterCard when MasterCard is paying me and I have to pay you?
When you look at the industries, 2 separate industries. MasterCard will say that to you because they want your business. Okay?
No, they just want people to use their card.
Yes, exactly. What we're saying is customers will want to come to Hard Rock for discounts you might offer based on, for instance, you want to clear a stock of steaks that are about to go bad. Okay? You have specials that you run for weekends that most people are not aware about. That's the kind of thing we're looking at.
Mm-hmm. I like I like what you have. It's great. Unfortunately for me, I'm conflicted because I've invested in Thank You Cash. So for those reasons alone, I'm out.
I like the value proposition. Something we've been working on within Landmark. I'm torn between the devil and deep blue sea here. Because we intend to continue working on our own proposition, I am afraid I may be conflicted to some extent. For that reason and no other reason, I won't be making an investment. I'm out.
Obinna loses Kiari and Paul due to conflict of interests, leaving 3 lions on the decision table. Would serial tech investor Bolaji Balogun reward the Cooping app owner with a cash investment he seeks?
How much runway does this 18 million give you?
6 months.
And in 6 months, what do you think you could have done in terms of merchant acquisition?
Currently, we have about 15 signed up. We have had conversations with 10 more waiting for us to launch. So in 6 months, I believe we can do in and around 100.
Okay.
And then with the help of the launch, contacts, we'll be able to scale up pretty fast. Get this in the hands of merchants, the big box stores, ShopRite, Spar, and all of that.
Well, I like what you've done.
Thank you.
I like the fact that you also set out and, log your IP, as it were. And that's really important. I would like to do this, but valuation is what I do for a living. Yeah? And you need a bit more traction than this to get to that sort of number you're at. But I also recognize that you have built something pretty impressive. Yeah?
Can I give you some insights into the current negotiations we have? Currently, the range, I can't give you the exact figures because we're still in negotiations. The range for the buyout, which we're looking at, is between $2 and $5 million.
So I'd like to make you an offer, which is all the equity you want for 8%.
Bolaji, are you doing that alone?
You want to come along?
Yes, I do.
I think I'd love to come along.
So just to wrap it and reconfirm to you, gentlemen, all your 18 million naira for 8% of the business.
Yes.
Very prepared to do it with the other 2 lions.
Yes.
So we'll split that 3 ways.
Yes.
I'm in for 1/3. Adenike?
So I'm in for 1/3
Yes. Thank you.
of the offer.
Thank you.
No discount from the lions as they offer the entrepreneur 18 million naira combined instead of the initial 3.5% he offered. The business partners leave to talk it out.
8% for 18 million, right? Okay, so we appreciate the offer. But what I want us also to mention is, due to the current negotiations we have, which I mentioned, between 2 and 5, our counter offer is 6%, 2% apiece for 18 million, because we're trying to get at that level due to the current negotiations we have, so that we don't have an issue in terms of negotiating a point of strength.
I'll be negotiating in your corner with them.
Okay. In that case, we accept.
That's the real business. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Money in the bag for Obinna Abisoye with a triple measure of lions to
getting millions of subscribers on our various platforms.
First in the Tank is a product in the health and wellness space.
What's going on, sharks? My name is Alexio Gibson. I was born and raised in the Bahamas, and I am here seeking $500,000 for 5% equity in my company.
You are watching Lion's Den, and next to face the lion. You are watching Lion's Den, and next to face the lions is Adegbile Aziz, a final year student who's brought his partners along to sell his e-commerce startup in exchange for cash and connections.
Hi, Lions. My name is Adegbile Aziz. With me here is DJ Aziz and Lawa Basit. I'm the founder of Agrico NG. Agrico NG is an online e-commerce which deals in terms of foodstuff and home products. It is a platform where you can get your daily food needs, your breakfast, your lunch, your dinner, your various categories of Nigeria foodstuffs and home products. To this end, we'll be required for a sum of 2 million naira from the Lions at a 10% equity. The funds will be expanded on various resources for the smooth sailing of the business. The resources I mean is in the area of publicity, marketing, advertisement, and services. We are looking at getting millions of subscribers on our various platforms. Through our various platforms, which I mean our mobile app, our SMS, our calling option, and our website, which I will be giving a demo of it in the next few minutes. Okay, this is the website. These are the various food home products that are available on the website. These are various vendors that are part of our platform, so you can pick any products from these vendors and have it delivered with minutes of your ordering. And the prices are almost at market prices for stuff, while for the are almost at very convenient prices for every individual that order from. Thank you very much.
Hoping to harvest a 2 million naira investment in return for a 10% share in his business, Adegbile Azeez is pitching Agrico NG, an e-commerce site that sources farm-produced and cooked food from farmers and vendors. Before placing an order for a share of the business, Kiari Buka wants to check in on the competition.
Who are your competitors? Have you heard of Jumia Foods?
Yes.
What makes you so different?
Our platform encompasses foodstuff, home product, and foods. Jumia Food is an example of where you can get your food.
So I can order prepared foods?
Yes.
And I can also order foodstuff that I can buy and cook myself?
Yes, sir.
So how many vendors do you have that supply food daily, cooked food? And then how many farmers do you have? And I'm struggling with your distribution, how you distribute the produce from the farmer to the consumer. How do you handle the logistics?
We operate mainly for now in the city of Abeokuta and Ibadan. So on our belt, we have 20 vendors that supplies food daily to our customers. Concerning, we partner with a logistic company that helps in delivering products faster, and this under strict branding and packaging system. So it's our products are well branded and well packaged. For now, I can confidently say we've gotten products from up to 20 to 25 farmers, different categories of foodstuff.
When you say get, do you buy it from them and then sell it, or do they give it to you when you sell it and give them back? Well, how? When you say get products?
Okay, we buy it directly from them.
Okay.
Repackage, then sell to the final consumer.
Okay. So the value you're adding is you get the product, you package the product,
yes,
you warehouse it,
yes,
you make it smarter, you
yes,
price it yourself,
yes,
and then you transport
it. The best of products. Sometimes you pick the best of products.
That's what you would say, but
yes,
your clients. We have to hear your clients. Okay, I think I sort of get it a little bit now.
While Paul Owanibe further digests the value addition of the food delivery platform, Bolaji Balogun wants Azeez to feed him some numbers.
How many users do you have on the platform?
On a monthly basis, we have more than 30 to 50 users, depending on how good business is that month.
How much did you make in revenue, profit?
Okay.
And when was it founded?
The business was founded in April 2020. We started full operation in June 2020. And on a good business month, we make up to 200,000 naira in sales.
How much of that is profit?
We operate at a 20% profit maximization.
So 40,000, you make 40,000 a month? do you pay yourselves?
Pay ourselves. The business is still at a growing stage. We have a way of rewarding ourselves, but the business is still at a growing stage.
Do you have another business or do you work full time?
Oh, we are students. We are students of, 3 of us are final year students of Federal University of Agriculture, Abeokuta. So we started this business from our school, then we see how it is, then we develop it down. And this business operates efficiently in our school. And also we moved it to another school, which is Obafemi Awolowo University.
The entrepreneur's testimony of expansion beyond the walls of his school has piqued Dan Ngarem's interest, and now he wants to understand the business operation from end to end.
Mr. Aziz.
Yes, sir.
Or the Azizes. 3 of you are Aziz?
No, it's Basit and...
Okay, 2 of you are Aziz. Now, let's look at the chain. I order a perishable item, a food item from you. Maybe I need it 8 p.m. when I come back from work. At that time, you're going to go to the farmer, or do you have an array of products you keep in the warehousing? And then if you do have a warehouse now, even if it's a very small one, you know, there are so many things you need to think about. Power will be an issue. Refrigeration will be an issue. And then you wait to deliver it for me. That's logistics. You can see the value chain.
Yes.
So 2 million won't cut it. And more so, you're not paying yourselves at this time. So even if you're putting your time, there's an opportunity cost for that time. You need to amortize it over time to know whether you're really making money. Because at this time, if you ask me, you're losing money seriously. That 20% won't cut it because you're not taking salaries at this time. So I really don't get this business on how it's going to be sustainable.
Have you considered just focusing on the e-commerce bit? Go down to a food market, set up a store there, and say, instead of walking through the market looking for your stuff, I have everything here on this store. Buy it from here, I'll have it delivered. Go to your university, aggregate all your food people, go to where there are restaurants, you know, and just sell the e-commerce platform first before you get into something else. Have you thought of that?
We can have a reconsideration of what you said by operating at the tertiary institution level for now. Because I
think the issue here, maybe because you're not hearing, you're hearing and you're not listening.
You're not listening, yes.
The issue is not geography.
No.
Yes? Whether you're in 1 university or 10 universities, the issue is bandwidth. You're doing too many things.
Yeah.
You're in every stage of the value chain. But
you see, again, you're not listening to. I want you to learn to listen before you answer. He's giving you something you pay for, consultancy for free. Just be patient. Just be patient. Let him learn. Be patient before you answer.
Open yourself,
you know,
for the feedback.
Aziz, you are not listening.
You still not.
You are always, as soon as somebody is telling you something, you want to interject. You want to interject, which means you are not taking it in.
Yeah.
They've given you such wonderful and amazing advice for free. If I were you, I would listen. I would go back to the drawing board. I would pick one thing, specialize in it, and I would go with that. I don't see that happening right now. And so for those reasons, I will not be investing today.
Yes,
I wish you all the best of luck.
Yes, Mr. Aziz, I wish you guys the very best. I thought that with what Mr. Paul was giving you as free consultancy, this is something they will not teach you in any business school. But you still seem to have a bit of bunker mentality because this is your husband in it. But my advice to you as you grow in the business world, as you leave school, is learn to listen and then feedback. But in this, I've considered the totality of your circumstances. I'm afraid I won't be investing, so I'm out.
2 lions drop off. But it seems the words of caution for the young entrepreneur fell on deaf ears as he wants to interject yet again. But a decision.
I think there's something about your technology for me. And that's basically that it sounds to me like it's simple. It sounds to me like it's easy to understand. Yeah. And sometimes, for people in e-commerce, that is, never an easy thing. And I wonder if perhaps you could adapt this. I think you're in the wrong business, certainly. The business that you're trying to do is just, way too broad. But I'm not convinced that 2 million naira will do what you need to do. And clearly this is not about charity. I'm out and I wish you the very best.
Aziz, I also like to say that this may not necessarily be a business that I can see it scaling. Your target market is limited. In addition to that, the amount of ask is too small. And for those reasons, I'm out.
Gary, log out of agrico.ng. And with only one light, and lends a helping hand in an attempt to win Paul over.
From the that you gave us, we would like to pick one out of the advice for the start. The part I would like us to take is the part of the technology. Just selection of the vendors in different locations, in different areas, and we'll be having our own game from the percentage from the food vendors. Thank you very much.
Okay. So I think decision. I would say, look, it's something that we're extremely interested in participating in and becoming your partners if you had tried it out. I don't want to invest in a complete startup, but if you had tried it out. So I would suggest a good decision, go back, go and run it for a few months, become an e-commerce platform, and come back and pitch again. There's nothing here apart from what you stand in front of and tell me. And for that reason, unfortunately, I'm out. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Thank you.
A failed transaction for Aziz and his friends. They leave the den to journey back to Abeokuta without an investment. Lion's Den is proudly sponsored by Ecobank and Chapel Hill Denim and supported by Bank of Industry and Development Bank of Nigeria.
Hello? Yeah, everybody here. How was that? Right. Very relatable. Very, very relatable. How many people want to now do it themselves? You are ready for it would be good to get like one or two. Anybody, did you learn anything? Any notes? Anyone?
Open your ears and listen and take advantage. That's what,
Okay, my own is, I'll go for Shark Tank rather than Lion's Den.
Why?
Because this is just my personal opinion, but I felt like they were asking the wrong questions a lot of the time and not focusing on, how it does. If you can create value, that's where they come in as the people who have experience in businesses. But someone has identified a niche or a market or an area that they are specializing in and they are creating value, the extraction. So asking the right questions can help you get better insight into what business. Most of all the ideas, all the businesses were, all that. But there were some where they could have actually asked some really, really interesting questions. The one that already had a buyout of $3 million. Yeah. And then I think, so this is just my own observation.
2 to 5 minutes. It's okay, it's around the...
Yeah, I think the difference between the first guy, he said he was 23, and I'm guessing he's out of school already. The difference between the first guy, he said he was 23, and I'm guessing he's out of school already. And, you know, the way he kept on greeting them, yes, sir, yes, sir. I'm like, why is that still a thing? Like, he should, I mean, I get that he's young, but it doesn't really, that's not the, so that's just...
That's why you prefer Shark Tank, eh? They don't do yes, sir in Shark Tank.
Okay, so what I got was, if you want, you should like, so one from what they were asking, they want to play it safe at a point where they invest. So where meets product development market is very important. So if you are going to go there, you have a vantage point where you can be stable enough to actually face this kind of people, because man, they are brutal.
One more.
Okay, so for me, the first guy. The first guy, the younger guy, I would say it's better to be a CEO of a working company than a CEO of nothing. Meaning because they're going to take 50% of his. So it's better with their experience and money will help the guy grow. So it's better to be a CEO of a company than nothing.
Thank you, everyone. I had some right along very quickly. I have a guest here. I want to ask her a few questions about. Last week we talked about where do ideas come from. The next question after that. So you have an idea, you think is good. You said you checked it out, it's good. What happens next, right? With a round of applause, please welcome Muneke from Founders Factory Africa. Sorry, you need it. What do you need? Yeah.
We can get something else. Thank you. Well, see.
You made it. You made it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Great. I don't want to go and do the introduction myself because there's a lot of things that in your own more contextual. Who's
Boy, they know Founders Factory because you're here. Well, I work with Boye. I ensure that Boye buys me Coca-Cola every Monday and Friday. But I work at Founders Factory and we help dreams come alive, right? That's the way I put it. If you're an entrepreneur and you have an idea, you're building a business, if it's still concept stage or pre-seed, that's where we come in. So we invest as a venture capital and we invest in startups across Africa.
Yeah, exactly. How big is money? Cash? Should they follow you?
Boy, this one is set up. If you want to know how big the fund is, Boy is a venture partner. A lot of to stay up at night with founders and then see if we can move it from company. When they're big, still struggling, we stay up at night.
Okay. You're a venture builder, right?
Yes.
Which you already said is staying up at night. I know you're a serious founder advocate,
Absolutely.
She's the one saying this business makes sense. founder makes sense. You guys have to invest. So you're on the founder side, but you've also been on the other side. Well, yeah, this does not make sense. I don't think we should do this. Again, one thing that they may not know here is that you have also been a founder.
Yes.
You want to tell us a little company, a lot.
I
Tell
learned
us.
lessons
Just-
pretty fast.
So what happened? You
Okay, so I start with what I do now. Exactly. So I work with the product, if you will. It's called the GenF initiative. What GenF is, we work with founders 10 to 12 very early on. Founders are very early on in their idea stage, if you will. And we go through 3 stages, right? First one is ideation, and then they validate the product, and then we refine it. At every single stage, this good looks like something. So for the first stage, what good looks like is that this founder has a functional concept brief, right? Still theory of what they want to build, looked at all the focus areas, and they're comfortable with, okay, and we feel comfortable that is and what their solution could look like. Then we move to the second stage, which is validation. They access $15,000 if people will use it, and then get numbers. We have seen where the market experiment validates the theory, and we've seen times that it didn't validate the theory. Pivot immediately, because for us, either way you're learning, right? Somebody have told you, I want it this way, I don't want it that way. And then at the end of that second stage, what good looks like, you did something that was successful. It might not be successful to the founder, to us it's successful, right? We've seen cases where the founder says, you know what, let me go back to employment, work with a startup, learn a little bit more. All of it wins, right? And then at the end of that, take theory that you had, actual traction that you've gotten, we refine it, we pitch IC, they become Boye. So what the investment is, we invest up to 50% of it is equity bearing at 150, and then the other is low single digits. If it's female founder team, the co-founding team is female founders, they can qualify at 150 because so they get 450.
lots of money. Lots of money. It's not 20 million here.
The idea is we're trying to, you won't hear me say, to build, because what we've seen, I always use this example. You see, and please don't get me. Oh, I have invented air. Yeah. He'll tell you I've invented air, and you look at him, he believes it. But a woman has actually invented cure to cancer. But there's a 2% that she doesn't understand. She will hold herself back, right? So we're trying to, open up that space for you to come learn, get a no, but then, you flip that no at some point. That's what I do. Back to when I built, the last thing that I built before I decided not to build again. The last thing that I built before joining FFA was a platform for primary. For us, after I finished, there's a camera here, so well. What can I do? I had to go through what I think early midlife crisis. So what I did, I now stepped back. I said, I am here if I'm going to be here. Education, agriculture, finance. Is consulted in all the spaces and landed back in healthcare. But every business, every problem that I think that I wanted to solve required a lot of money. from the looking in, you will think that if you don't have 50 million, don't even get into healthcare, right? Because it's massive infrastructure, that's what needs to be built. So what I did to get a little bit more understanding, I called up a few hospitals, I spoke to, took the money that I could have used for something fun. I went to Abuja, I spoke to like big donors that invest in healthcare space to see, I'm from the outside, that the problems are massive, sure equipment, but you guys are inside, it has to be smaller bottleneck, very basic tech or very basic innovation. Anyway, that's how I ended up with the fact that if somebody is sick for something as little as and is not treated, 5-star, massive, right? And these are treatments that are 10,000, 15,000. Yeah. Take the toddler to that is something, right? So on average, 30 to 40,000 could solve very small problems, preventing them from going from primary healthcare into secondary healthcare. Something. I said, okay, I should start. Small, but it's big. It's small in terms of money, but a lot of people go through that, right? If we can solve from here, impact, we're stopping you from getting from, primary healthcare into something more. Impact, better increasing people's quality of life, but again, your mission, right, to the space as a whole. I don't have anything against fintech, investing in fintech, but I think a lot of that money, should move to other sectors. He will kill to this, but it's okay. So anyway, so that's how, thank you. But anyway, that's how, I decided to do anyhow. Luckily for me, I got into that program I first got into the one in Singapore. And then this is my African self. What am I going to Singapore and which co-founder will I convince to come to Africa to build a product with me? Everything I've built, African. It's 19. That same month, Antler decides to open the first East African. I said, please, look at no vex, move me to Kenya. So I went and I pitched Annie Health, right? And it was the only Nigerian that got funded in the first East African cohort. I come in Q1 of to do our final pay and got the money. I remember sitting, calls me or sends me a message. She said, coming back. I say, a ticket is there, I'm coming back. She said, no. This thing called COVID, we don't know what it is. Yeah? You need to come back before the airports are shut. I say, mommy, it's nothing. Luckily for me, I was coming in, the airports were closing. COVID. 20 years. And then the one thing I would tell founders is, no matter how brilliant it is, you have to know that person. If you don't know it, the product will die. There's no, don't even start. If you and your founder haven't spent time, fought, understand how to talk through it, don't start. Offense, it won't work. So I'm not gonna dig deep into that. So added to my, that's the act of co-founder was the second one. We're good friends, not different, but we're good friends. We WhatsApp, we learned, think relationships going. You'll be mad, but you learn and you grow. And then the third thing I think was when I was raising, trying to raise at the mistake, given the product that I was solely focused on raise equity. I didn't look at maybe just raising a loan book to just fund the loan and then do what I've been doing, find money to pay salaries and fund the operation myself. The delay in that, I rather interested, but we learned from, but I learned from, right?
Yeah.
I learned.
Yeah, thank you, Amara, for that. Thank you. Thank you so much. And I think that you touched on validating an idea already and refining. I will just quickly move to the section and we can wrap up. Maybe Amara can come and finalize. Thank you so much.
No, it's okay. It's short people.
Thank you. And thanks. So we're going to have a mini version of Lions Den. And without further ado, please welcome Josh Egesi of K Group of Companies. 5 minutes each, we'll give feedback.
So this is major pressure, because Lions then reached out when they had their first, and I was like, no. It was just a week in production. I don't know if I for this, because at the end of the day, this is entertainment for you people. Yeah, because if I flop, it's if I flop. I mean, it's great. Trying to share a link with Jeffrey, so we can just we can work with this. My name is Josh, and used to be Lagos. It used to be Ike and Sons at some point. I started calling. Started asking me, what about daughters? And I'm like, okay. I forgot that we are in 2024. Yeah, take that out. Yeah, so this is Ike and Sons. Sorry. Ike of Ike Lagos try to evolve culture, and we're doing that with and object. The problem we're trying to solve is furniture importation. There's 2023, we had a revenue of about $5 billion in interior furniture coming to Nigeria, and there's been a estimated growth per annum, which is quite interesting, and which is actually a lot. As opposed to importing furniture from. But the problem now is that a lot of the furniture that are being built straight out of Pinterest. Yeah, you just go on Pinterest, find the most interesting furniture. You end up in a situation. What I ordered versus what I. Yeah. And what we need to do is create authentic products by telling our own stories through the product. About copying a product and naming it an indigenous name. Yeah, it's more about the story that we're passing through products. So, Ike Lagos actually started on a project in Onitsha by Engineering, Fedi's company. Yeah, and I had designed this space. Interesting looking space, but the problem I had was I had a fan that worked with made the aesthetics, but all the fans I saw on the internet and in shops were they didn't. I think I'll just design one for myself because I'm a designer. So I started with the tripod. Next one. Next one, please. Next tab. Now, yeah, I designed a tripod fan, yeah, and put it up. And if anybody was interested in buying this product, and a lot of people found it fascinating because the kind of fan they're used to are fans with one. They usually look ugly next to your console, TV console. So I designed, bought it because they wanted to their console because it gave value and it's still functional. So this was the first designed. A lot of people on the other side and asked if I a lamp was what gave birth to the floor lamp. The floor lamp, please. The first one you opened. Yes, go back. Yeah, so that gave birth to Ikoku floor lamp. The same and it's a lamp. So what inspired this was my childhood. Yeah, I grew up in a very small family. Yeah, would always use the kerosene lantern. Really from that's why you see the and I applied the 3 legs to it just because the fan has 3 legs as well. Yeah. So yeah. And then this is interesting. I'm actually making indigenous furniture for Nigerians or for Africans. And I thought one next to mine. So that lets bench is it's actually there's a version of the just showed for Milan Design Week here, and actually been well received. Bench as a magazine side, video game on the other side, and it's also a beautiful the entrance of your door, or you can put it anywhere. It function as a guardian. And I designed a Yabasi lamp. This one was majorly inspired by yeah, the base is designed like an onion, and it's basically just a growth pattern of out from the center and it blossoms. These are the products I currently have on my platform, yeah, and I am currently in search for investments. I am the point where I train. To be honest, got this number thing out. I'm so please try not to pressure me. Yeah, but it would be nice to get. Yeah, right. So yeah, we're giving out 10% equity for 200 million naira. This, what this would go in. Yeah. Oh, you wait, just chill, bro. Don't be asking me like. Wait. I'm asking 10% equity, and what this money would go into is production and marketing to set up a factory. Yes, in the essentially. Thank you.
You can see it. No, you can see it. We're asking you questions. Q&A.
Oh God.
Q&A.
Jesus.
Okay. So 200 million for 10%, meaning that you're valuing yourself at 2 billion naira. How much the revenue?
These are the issues. These are the issues, yeah. And I have so my is creativity, yeah. And I like to bring things to life. Yeah, these are just a few of the things I've brought to life. Yeah, interesting thing. I'm not very, very good with the numbers. I'm not a numbers person.
Yeah.
Really looking for.
But do you have a co-founder?
Yeah, I actually am in an extra 150. Yeah. Yeah, but jokes aside, and I was like, thank you. Yeah, because this is a conversation that just started. I actually did not found a conversation because I really needed. My strength is in communicating an idea, like bringing an idea to life and touching the souls of people. Design strength. Yeah, so I currently, yeah, and but I own like majority share in the. I own the.
Okay. I know your fan, which you sold, and I think it was quite popular, I think, at some point, right? So, how many pieces of that did you sell, or did you make and sell, and at what price did you sell them, and how much did you make?
Okay, so when I started, it was the peak of COVID, yeah, and actually had a lot of data about Nigerian, yeah, and what they were interested in. Yeah, I sold over 150 units of the fan. I grabbed the price from to 45,000, 70,000, 100,000. The sales has also significantly. Yeah, in the first year we did 150 units, but recent time we've struggled to do that much because production super challenging. Actually, production was also an issue. Yeah, so I had to increase the cost of the fan. But ultimately, if I can get the investment I'm looking for, I am going to drop the cost of the fan. So every able to go have an artistic piece everywhere. A few, yeah.
Me and I'm okay. I think my question, the number that was first, which was a good. There's over 50 billion naira
revenue in the furniture industry, yeah.
Right,
yeah.
and it grows at a 12% annual rate, right? I mean, that's a picture of what the market looks like.
Yeah.
But point, do you have any metrics that measure the demand? There's revenue from importation, the demand for products, especially ones that are not. What I mean by that is that I can't say 8 billion demand actually on demand and not retail.
Yeah.
So, what metrics, have you measured the demand for your products?
I think it's majorly, and also being in the space that there's a lot of demand in this space. I live in an area that has a lot of furniture line of building furniture every day. There's no dragging for customers. Real estate companies are building houses. They will for furniture. Demand in there's very high demand in furniture, and there's also a lot of sensitization. Growing about their space, this exciting furniture. They want to buy. They bought a lot of house, and I'm sure you guys can testify. I'm sure you guys bought some from Tito. Yeah, so there's a lot of demand, and these are the way we measure. And also, okay, yeah, so is also rent from the other type of furniture. Yeah, a lot of people are about made in touches a part of to their area or their childhood. Yeah, yeah, or yeah, they would definitely to get buying a fan at 1,000 naira. Price 100. A lot of people would buy it.
Hi, I'm a fan.
Oh, fan of my fan.
To move from 35 now to 100. Continue to increase, but are they your pieces don't just have wood, they have glass.
Yeah.
They have that. So my plans for that, because have a factory, is there that, and how does it affect your cost?
My products are 70% done up. So I'll take the fan head from a vendor. Yeah, currently I just placed order for some of, but what I'm going to do, I have to deconstruct the fan. So the floor lamp as well as a glass component, and that's the only component that I am importing from. But ultimately, I make everything here because everything here because my pieces, even the fan, like I've seen a lot of people on the street and in Aba. Even the fact production costs, because a lot of the production will be happening here, and it's also going to impact sales. Having your factory here in Nigeria means that you make so much. That answered your question.
Yes, I was your
the team that are actually helping with marketing and helping with business.
Has it just been only within Lagos? Or
so the demand,
sorry,
Lagos, the modalities, always the challenge.
So much. And you said, I love people who having female co-founders, but also especially on the class to help you.
Is available just in case.
And
Very. Sorry. But yeah, please. Big. Please. These are the issues don't back. So, guys.
So you're trying to raise.
Okay.
I'm not saying work hard.
Okay.
That's not what I'm saying. But
Yeah.
it's money. But profit. Your
Please.
profit. Oh yeah. You break it down, say every quarter I want to sell. It's 3 months. You knock it down. You and don't leave. If you say, okay, fine, let me 60% more homes, more than 400, but you don't need to raise money to give out equity. I would say to people you sell.
Is that most successful edition right? That's what I would find like a low cost. I think I was saying LG is the one that owns Hisense. So Hisense is actually LG. So I'll find a small item, 1,000. That item is that will become a hit. Right? The third is like a proper business because the fan is not like if you put that fan in my house, it won't fit. So the thing is, I want the house to be beautiful. It's not about something that actually makes just yeah. Session to Ike Lagos on questions. Yeah, we have one person. Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think my question founders, thank you very much, Founders Factory. People who are interested in investments as train or having anything at all. Program. Yes.
People that are in the investment space we train currently that is out there, no. But is departments within Founders Africa have weekly open office, if you will, or full-blown training, but relationships from those kind of sessions and then have come into the office. A mentee based on people's time. So, and when
Thanks, Amara. And just to say that fastest way to be an investor is to go for. So that's mentor-mentee relationship is right. Yeah.
Okay. And really lovely. There are two things. One, I would have done after service, but we're being bold this year.
Yeah.
So I'm sure I really love what you do. Work with you. Yeah. In any role, my experience is low, but I have worked. I've helped funds exit their so assisted in developing or establishing on mergers and all that stuff. I have a lot of knowledge that is useful to help your team. So an entity what that they train entrepreneurs to get their businesses to a certain level before now a fund and all that, similar to what you're like an academy, because it's kind of like an academy where they ask you to apply and then the classes start. The same structure. You have a Founders Factory. Because I saw an apply. If it was
on the fire, you know, one of the an M&A. Unfortunately, if you're trying to get acquired or if you're dying, their IPs, you don't have to completely from now. You never know, right? But yes, I'm excited to learn more. You know, do together, hopefully. And then for the application, the gen, it's always ruling. And then what it is if they will use it. If they won't use it, ag tech, climate, a little bit of e-commerce and logistics. But it doesn't mean we do that because we see expertise to support very well. But again, it's always open, right, to have conversations. But I know that, so, side, apply and then again this other product is you see all the expertise that you have. Yeah, you never know. Yeah.
Thanks, Amara.
So one of it's like you what would change?
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. If I obviously you build with that you've had grown past that. Because it will try you, then what the options. Whatever stage you're in, either you're trying to understand the problem, to understand the focus area, solution, all the options of all of it. What do you know? Obviously, you're in love with the problem. With somebody, but the is only 200 million.
Thank you. Yeah. God was the first founder. Earth was his so guys, so we want to be sure that the next time Josh comes here, he won't say, I don't find enough in here. Right? One of the things we had in mind when we started, but it sounds too presumptuous, right? But I want to take a step back and say that is that we solve problems. Deep. It was. Then he created the boundaries around the water. And so everything we see was God designing. So manner. We are still of creation. Put us here to create. I really think that one of the ways you can actually do that is to figure it out. And I really know that there are startups. I mean, with the gift of having a Boyo here, all startup issues, you understand? Right? And then don't talk about the money. But I can tell you for a fact, every year it gets easier and it gets harder. Because you grow. So at some point, the problem again is that I don't see them as challenge. I see them as opportunities. Don't write off. You do not have the people that are you package past them. Understand? No, on a good day, you solve. You are you now. You can say that the lessons were hard. COVID took a lot of business. If you want to do real estate, start thinking real estate. Don't lock up your economy. You understand? For 50 M house. You understand? The point is diaspora market just to globalize. Bound people are buying over there. So the point is, if you create for school, be an Aziz. Only you, right? Appreciate all comes over is the space that clarity will resolve, right? But let the lack of you. The last thing I'll say, I think all succeed or win have come to realize, you know, how you know. See, some are suffering from today. If you know better, you do better. That industry you're interested in, give yourself a curriculum. You want to know. Sometimes every day on some but advising, you understand? One of us can have to electricity. To solve electricity problem is that do you know, that blew my mind. I studied it and say there's no reason. He literally snap your shoe. Okay. On YouTube. No fear of God. No. That brother. The guy said he's coming.
you before this week. Madam, 5K push on it. You're sitting down there, you're all. No, that's. What you can be more. We're going home. No, the kind of breakup that you know say, see, somebody that is saying they broke up, you understand? It's a thought. You understand? Yes. So, see, guys, know everything. Poverty is a thought. So everything is a thought. So even when I even tell you, to learn how to just, thoughts are like clouds. They come and go. They are not you. See how people can move. You understand? And no, at some point, raise money. So I don't know how the matter serious. Yeah, but and the point again, the company dies, then you don't know how to manage your emotions. It might cost you business. That you and I must.
Give yourself. Thank you so much. Can I? Sadly, this is to the end of and our we're putting something in the work.